Well, hello. Welcome to Bourbon Forage Fishing, YouTube's premium bourbon forage fishing channel. And only, as a matter of fact. Today, I am talking about a bottle I've been wanting to get my freaking hands on for a very long time. And this is, of course, Old Carter. Old Carter is often heralded as a very good sourcer. I believe they only source whiskey. They've got a knack for it, and they've got connections, and they're only quite known of sourcing the best of the best of the best. And Old Carters, along with Four Gates, often appear in people's top 10s, their top 10 bourbons or whiskeys for the year, top 10 lists, really all the time. Very common for them to be in top 10 lists. YouTubers, magazines, online forums, etc. Now, problem. I live in the Pacific Northwest, Washington State to be exact. I've never, ever seen one of these on a shelf, and I've never, ever heard of one even being sold in my state. I've never met anyone who's ever bought one of these in Washington State. As a matter of fact, I only know one guy that has one bottle, my buddy, and he got it online. That's why we're making this video, because he gave me a drink of his. So I finally got to try Old Carter after all the years. I think it's been, over 3 years of bourbon drinking? Finally now have got to, my lips have been parsed by the succulent juice that is Old Carter Whiskey Company. On the nose, I had the batch 14. It's an American whiskey. So I don't believe it said what the age statement was on it, what the age was, which was very disappointing. I wish that would have appeared on the bottle. It didn't say what the mash bill was, which was also very disappointing. It didn't say on the bottle. I believe it said it was distilled in Indiana, so I'm assuming it was NGP. It was a very unique nose, and the palate was also very unique. It was a very unique experience. It kind of reminded me a little bit of the Penelope 17-year light whiskey, but maybe with some darker notes, like that, but on the darker side. It was very raisin prune kind of vibes, and ultra sweet. It was very sweet. The finish was like very drying on the mouth, very like extremely drying, and the drying, which is usually not good, was good in this case. It was very like as vanilla. So your mouth is dried up into this very lovely vanilla coat in your mouth. It was very interesting. It was one of the more unique whiskeys I think I've ever had. I don't know if there's anything I could compare it to. I mentioned the Penelope Light 17. It was kind of like that. I don't know if the flavor profile was comparable, but the experience in terms of the candy sweetness and the mouthfeel and sort of the way it drank was similar. But I think profile-wise, they're probably a little bit different. But it was a very interesting experience. Now, having drank it, this one, I don't know if this is considered a great batch or a good batch or a strong batch compared to the other ones. I would not say this is something like BTAC from my first experience. I don't feel this was a BTACian level bottle when I drank it. It was very good, but I don't know if it was something I would seek out or put up next to a GTS or or I don't know, maybe even a good Eagle Rare year, Eagle Rare 17. It didn't quite get to that level for me, but it was very good. I would consider it, something on the tier below, like something like a really good Stag Junior, or maybe a really good Jack Daniel's single barrel rye, or what else is there? Taylor, a good Taylor barrel proof, like maybe something at that level, but not BTAC level. Which, my buddy said he got it for $220 online. I thought, yeah, okay, that's a fairly fair price. I'd pay $200, a little over $200 for this bottle. I'd never pay $300 for an Old Carter now, having tried it. if that's kind of the level that most of them are at. Now, granted, I know some of the batches are better, so maybe I would pay higher for if I did some research and found a better batch. But you know, this isn't a $300 bottle. Like you know, a GTS, I'll buy a through GTS. I'll buy a million GTSs for $300 all day long, or a old school Coy Hill or something like that. So it's but 200, yeah, I'd buy a bottle of it. I probably wouldn't buy a backup, but I'd buy one bottle of it for $200. So. You know, it's good. It's good to know, like, some of these East Coast guys or some of these Kentucky guys that are on the interwebs. They review old Carters a lot, so it's kind of good to know like what they're talking about when they're drinking it and where they're coming from. Because Old Carter and Foregate are two brands I've always wanted to get my hands on, and god dang, I just never have. So cherry popped. So my cherry's popped. If this was your first time watching Bourbon Forage Fishing, your cherries popped too. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope I was gentle. And if you like the content, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. We have some of the best bourbon reviews, some of the best news in terms of economy and bourbon markets, whiskey markets is on this channel currently right now on YouTube and the internet at large. And also some great Pacific Northwest fishing content. So like this video, subscribe to the channel, and have a great life. Take care.